Sup guys, Wayne Bennett, and we are back. My apology, my God, last week I did not post a video. I've been doing my best to be consistent on this thing and to make sure that I'm routine and that I'm communicating efficiently and effectively. This is also a blog for me. You know that things just like sort of my video journal that I can refer back to, but it's also to feed anyone who may be looking for some positive direction and some guidance. A reminder that if this channel is adding value in any way, make sure that you like, that you subscribe, that you say what's up, leave a comment. See, let me know what's going on. I'd love to hear from you guys and to see what's going on in your lives. So today I want to talk about to my 18-year-old self. The topic today is comparison. Woo! It's comparison. Comparison. To my 18-year-old self, comparison. And what I want to talk about is the curse of comparison, the cause of comparison, and the cure for comparison. So I want to take those three layers and take a deeper look into them to see what we can find out. Now, I think everybody, in some, just being human, in some regard, being human at some point has compared yourself. You've compared some layer of your life to someone else, whether that's money, whether that's a boyfriend or girlfriend, or you seeing a friend who's in a relationship and you're not in a relationship, you're single. It could be, the car someone drives. It could be, dreams that someone's pursuing. It seems like they're on the road to pursuing their dreams and you feel like you haven't quite started with yours. There's all of these things that we can compare in our lives, which I think produces a bad response, the wrong response. And so to my 18-year-old self today, what I want to address is comparison. So I'm going to start first with the curse of comparison. Now here's the thing. When you are comparing your journey or yourself to someone else, you will never live to your greatest potential. There's no way that you can absolutely live to your greatest potential. Because you're always looking at what other people are doing. Your focus is in the wrong place. So that's number one, that I think that comparison steals focus. That's the curse of it, is that it takes time away from the things that you should be invested in. You're so busy watching other people and what they're doing and what they have going on that you spend less time on the things that you need to focus in to build what you're doing, right? So that's number one, is that I think comparison, the curse of it, is that it steals focus. Here's the other part of the curse of comparison, that it can only produce one of two things in your life, and that's either pride or insecurity. And let me explain what I mean when I say that. When you measure yourself against someone, say you walk into the room and I'm looking around at other men who are African American men, 5'10", who are handsome, whatever the case, who are my type, who are similar men to me. And the thought comes up in my head that I'm either judging them from a position of I'm either above them or below them in some regard. So say that's money. You want to walk in a room and the gauge, the lens that I'm looking through is like, all right, how do these guys compare to me in terms of how much money they make? So I'm viewing it through the lens of they're either higher or lower than me. Let me tell you why that's bad when we have those thoughts and assume that someone is either positioned above you or positioned below you. It's because it can only produce either pride or insecurity. And let me tell you how it produces pride. When you deem yourself as above someone else, you sort of inherently puff your chest out and you become prideful and think that you got it, that you're better because you are above a certain thing. And we don't just do this by way of money. We do it in a number of ways, status, moral foundation. I might be religious and he or she is not. But anytime that you deem yourself as above someone else, you are rooted in pride. All right, the other side of that, though, the flip side of that, is whenever you deem someone as below yourself. Like I walk in the room and I'm like, dang, man, I don't make nearly as much money as these guys make. they're all like Wall Street, investors, then it produces insecurity because you feel like you're less than someone else, right? And so it can create a tendency to shrink into yourself, or not to be in that moment. You cannot be the best representation of yourself because you're viewing it through the lens of you being less than someone else. So that's the other part of the curse of the curse. It's the curse of comparison. All right. So is that you can either deem yourself as it can only produce one of two things: that you're either prideful or you're insecure. All right. Now, the second part of this, why comparison is so bad, I want to talk about the cause of it. And what I come to, this is just where I am today. I think that a lot of comparison happens by way of just our educational system here in America. We have tiers, standardized testing, those kinds of things. It's like even in your class in kindergarten, first grade, there's the A student, the B student, the C student, like that kind of thing. Those are all different tiers of where people want to, categorize you or place you. And so, the A students get a pizza party. The C students do not. So I want to become an A student. The C students are the kids who, are not doing, they maybe haven't, they could be brilliant creatively, but maybe they have a problem focusing in on like, on reading, that kind of thing. So I don't want to be like those guys. So I think we're groomed culturally in this system, in our schooling, that constantly makes us compare ourselves to our peers. And I think that there is, I think a competitive nature is healthy. But I think that when it becomes like an ultimate thing, I think when it seeps into your heart and the way that you identify yourself and understand yourself, it can easily become an issue. So that's what I think the cause of comparison for me, where it's rooted at. Now, there could be, very deeper, there could be more things, there could be other things that, could cause you to compare. But today, in my dealings, where I am today, is sort of what I've come to about, like, what I think the cause of comparison is. Now, finally, I think the cure for comparison is gratitude. Oh my God, it's gratitude. And what do I mean when I say gratitude? It's about like being thankful about where you are today, being thankful for who you are, and that you are you, and that ain't nobody in the world like you. There's no one who has your fingerprints. There's no one who has your voice. There's no one who has your face. Gratitude, I think, is the important conversation about how to cure comparison. Is about I identifiably, I am uniquely me. There is no one on the planet, no one in this world who's like me. And I think that there's real value and armor in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're able to resist comparison in a lot of ways because you're connected to what your journey is and being you, and having gratitude for where your life is and the things that you have. Like there's a sense of gratitude about, I may not be a millionaire, but being on a journey to that. There's a sense of gratitude about all the knowledge that I'm picking up. There's a sense of gratitude about my friendships and the people that I'm in relationship with and that I'm building community with. I think the goal, the trick, is to find gratitude in all that you're doing, and that's the way out of it. So I just wanted to drop that gem real quick to my 18-year-old self. Gratitude is the cure. And I explained the curse and the cause of comparison. So don't get caught up in that. Stay focused on who you are, and things will come about. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I hope this finds you well.